I can't remember what I said.
No, everyone said that.
You are going to edit it, aren't you?
I hope I don't add to that list then.
Start with the question.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I think I'm getting it, yeah.
I was just kidding.
Team one, shot one, take one.
Good question. I think my name's Nick Beasley. I'm the Income Maximisation Director, one of 3 at Mobysoft.
My name's John Brownbill and I'm the Director of Customer Success at Mobysoft.
My name is Laurie Franks and I'm the Income Maximisation Director at Mobysoft.
My name is Susie Thomas. I'm Repairs Success Director at Mobysoft.
My name is Mark Walker, Income Maximisation Director at Mobysoft.
My name's Julie Lorraine and I'm Strategic Director at Mobysoft. I have just over 30 years in total in the social housing sector, although it feels a lot longer at times.
I have 15 years housing in the social housing sector.
So I've worked in the social housing sector now for a little over 12 years.
I've worked in social housing the majority of my career, coming up to around about 20 years now. Kind of done lots of roles. I would say from very, very grassroots, I'd been starting as a housing assistant, and my very last role within this sector was actually corporate business manager, where I looked after business planning, service improvement and all that. But the majority of those years, I've worked in income collection.
Edit that bit out.
Let's get that one.
I have 12 years experience in social housing, 4 of which at Mobysoft, 8 of which with RPs in the Northwest.
I have 23 years plus experience working in the social housing sector. Previously I was Director for Customer Accounts and Lettings at Optivo, so responsible for income collection across all tenures, lettings and service charges, and before that was 10 years as a Head of Income.
My previous roles in social housing across the Northwest were Income Generation Manager, Financial Inclusion Manager and Business Transformation.
My previous roles in the sector mainly focused at executive level. Strategic finance is my specialty. So I've been Section 151 officer in local authorities, Executive Director of Finance in Almos and Executive Director of Resources in big registered social landlords.
Sorry.
I've worked in a variety of roles, financial inclusion and income collection. So I worked as an income officer, tenant support officer, and then more recently as an income manager and head of income.
I had a few different roles in the housing sector, mainly customer services manager, so dealing with complaints, contact centre management, and I was also part of a transformation team on IT.
Sorry, say that again.
Challenges I faced in the sector is it's a very demanding sector, ever-changing customer needs, resource can be an issue. COVID hit, that's kind of threw everybody. So meeting the demands of customers, supporting customers, managing teams and trying to prepare for the unplanned day.
I think the biggest challenges that I've come up against was probably my most recent role prior to moving to Mobysoft. So I took over the team at Rotherham where collection performance wasn't particularly strong at the time and there needed to be a change in terms of the culture from tenants and from the staff as well and the team. So over that period we were successful in going from a lower quartile performing team to a higher performing and upper quartile performing team within 3.5 years where we reduced the debt by 65%.
Collect and rent, it kind of starts and ends with, I would say, motivating your team to do a good job. And you've got to understand what makes your team tick to enable, what it is that you need to do as a manager or a leader to actually get them to embrace the role and get them to be, make a good officer great and a great officer excellent. So I always use, although I talk a lot about motivation, I'm very much a performance-based person. So everything, starts with how is that officer performing and what is it I can do to motivate them to perform better.
A consistent theme of some of the biggest challenges I came up against in those roles was the requirement for me to be accountable for a lot of services and issues or elements of service that I wasn't responsible for delivering for, because I was reliant on a team to be able, in turn, to be reliant on technology in order for that whole structure to work. So it's being able to discharge that accountability confidently through the use of others and through the use of technology.
I think 10 years ago we had the Welfare Reform Act implemented by government, so navigating the challenges of bedroom tax, benefit cap and universal credit. That was a particularly big challenge, and currently we've got the cost of living crisis, which we've had to kind of guide through customers over the last year or two.
Some of the biggest challenges I came across during those roles was dealing with tenants who were particularly financially disadvantaged and vulnerable. It was difficult to deal with both personally and professionally. There were situations both me and my teams encountered. Some of the methods that I employed was working particularly hard with the team on things like resilience, so they were better trained, better able and equipped to deal with those situations.
Helping the team understand what the longer term journey looked like, not just looking at the next 12 months but the next 24, 36, 48 months, etc. Having clear performance frameworks in place and having a great way of monitoring the quality assurance side of things as well. But most importantly, I'd probably say getting the right technology and the right people in place, dovetailing each other.
No, can I do that one again?
Yeah,
Sorry.
So those methods that I employed to fix those challenges evolved around making sure that we had great people in great teams. So recruiting the right people in the right jobs was key. So not necessarily recruiting from the housing sector, but recruiting from different sectors to bring different skills and different qualities. Making sure we had the right managers in place to be able to support those frontline teams, and having a real big mix of performance management, productivity, and team building.
What I'd like to have known now that, what I'd like to have known then that I know now would be, I think, greater insight into understanding what's happening with people's backgrounds before they surface as a problem. So for me, that's early intervention, better awareness of what was happening in someone's rent account and in their private life, and be able to intervene at the right moment. Because
I love performance so much, I would always use the tools in my toolkit to actually help improve performance. I did used to use RentSense, and I've implemented RentSense a couple of organisations that I've worked in, but obviously the information that we've now providing to our customers through Power BI is absolute music to my ears. That would have been the perfect scenario for me as an income manager. Giving me that type of data to help me motivate my team to do better would be the magic formula that I was missing at the time.
How important it is to have the right data, making sure that you've got the right data to focus on the right tenants at the right time is absolutely crucial, and RentSense gives you that.
Reflecting on the one single thing that I know now that I wish I'd known then, if we were to pick one, it would be the importance of accuracy and precision in the technology that's underpinning the services you deliver. If I was reliant on technology, procuring technology on the basis of its wizardry, number of buttons or cost shouldn't be a number one priority. The number one priority should be precision and accuracy, because going back to my earlier point, if you're accountable but not responsible, and the people responsible are reliant on technology, you have to make absolutely certain that if your services are going to affect tenants' lives, that data that comes from your technology is accurate.
Start again.
I think knowing now what I wish I knew then was probably more about the technology side of things and the role that plays in helping income collection. Predominantly prior to being introduced to RentSense, it was very much a manual, labour intensive and quite complex really in identifying those tenants, but also the people side of things as well. I think it's something that only comes from experience, but expediting that and learning quick would have been really helpful. Again, just probably technology and people, making them run seamlessly.
What I know now that I didn't know then is that there is help out there to prepare for issues that might arise rather than firefighting all day. You can plan, you can analyse, you can get to the root cause of a problem before it becomes a problem that many people are involved in dealing with. Mobysoft products would help because it gives you the insight and early intervention to stop issues arising. It makes it easier for managers to deal with, it gives you more time, less complaints, better customer satisfaction. and all round it will help manage your service much more efficiently.
So RentSense makes things easier by ensuring that officers are concentrating on the right accounts at the right time. It gives teams a fantastic array of different data to be able to point things in the right direction.
If it had RentSense then, I think what it would enable me to do is better target the right resources by having a reduced caseload and being able to put more time into those individual tenants.
So if I'd have known about RepairSense in my previous role, I could have helped customers better by understanding the root cause of the issues, working closer with repairs teams and managers. They will deal with lots of complaints, so RepairSense helps reduce repeat repairs, so that lifts customer satisfaction. You can have quicker appointments if you've got less repairs, happier trade colleagues that are performing the repairs because we're looking at quality of work, so it will improve their ways of working also. And it stops the issues that occur over and over again in the repairs service. So we can understand and analyse and intervene at the beginning of the process to prevent complaints coming in, dissatisfaction, and provide a better repair service all round.
Nah, that was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Don't have to say I don't want to be stuck in a lift with Donald Trump.
No, that's